Okay, I think we've started up here. We'll just give it a moment to get everyone connected here and on. I would assume did some audio checks. Everything looks like it's coming through good. Wanted to do some quick notes while people get in. Just some notes I had from the last live. One of them is pertaining to like comments, and I noticed as I was kind of reading through stuff, I had a lot of attention towards I got to get through it, and I might not get through all the comments. I would rather have these types of forums be opportunities where we can do more kind of like long chats and get into a little more deeper discussions than we can in a comment section. So that was one of the things I wanted to bring up. I do have my cough drops. But with that said, with the comments, if I don't get to your comment, like, look, it wasn't very long ago that I was on that side of the camera, and I get, you've been in a live for a while, and whatever reason, the person either misses it or skips it or just can't get to it. Please, if that's where you're at and you're just like, man, I really wanted to talk about that, shoot me an email, and we could either bring it up on the next live right away or something like that. So I do want to acknowledge that. Good morning. I did implement a couple things on this channel. One, you'll need to be a subscriber to participate in the chat. So if you're a subscriber to the content, great. If you're not, consider subscribing and you can participate in the chat. I also implemented I think it's like a 10-second timeout, so that if you do post a chat, it just waits 10 seconds. And really, these are just ways to help kind of weed out people who may not really want to be a part of the community or just appear to create crazy and chaos. So anyways, that's kind of the housekeeping stuff I've got going on. I just wanted to bring that up really quick. And yeah, let's get into it. So yes, good morning, Mayong Buntag, or good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Let's see. I really wish I could use my arrow keys, but that's all right. Yes, that's me. What's up? Yes, how's it going? What's up? Hello. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. That's an interesting name. Yes, hello. Yes, good morning. Mayong Buntag, as they say here in the Philippines. Rich E. Yes, yeah, things are great. Things are really good. Things are coming into play. I've had to kind of reassess and realign myself with my fitness, which has been awesome. I just signed up for another gym and started my strength training program. But I've noticed that I got a little carried away with YouTube. And I kind of had to cut back a little bit as far as, what I was, just nonstop, right? And then just kind of reassess and reevaluate, and it's been good. So things are well. I actually went for a run this morning, and just kind of reprioritize. I mean, because that's why I came out here to the Philippines, was to really just focus on my health and well-being. So yeah, thanks. Things are good. You sent me an email earlier. Okay, good. I'll look at that. I'm starting to get a little bit of email. I feel like I'm pretty good at some of it, but I'll follow up. A lot of the kind of the business opportunity stuff that I get, I may or may not reply, but people just asking general questions and wanting to connect. I think I'm getting a lot of those. Yes. Oh my gosh. So I have to be careful pronouncing this stuff, right? I don't know what you guys are having me say. What's that? Kawaya Mangadanag Umaga. Not even close, I'm sure. But I'm learning. I am learning. I don't even know how many words now. I know quite a bit. But I'm getting there. Greetings from Norway. Hey, really, thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate it. It's just so incredible, right? People from all over the world really connecting and finding out the Philippines. So thank you. Really cool. Thanks for being here. Before you were handsome, but maybe you're now more. I've got a little bit of sun, Of course, I don't think the Filipinos like that so much, and they like the real light. But I'm getting a lot of sun. So, Sir Dave, I recognize you from just from other. I've only been here like 4 months, and I've been around a lot of sites and stuff. So it really is that closed community, isn't it? That kind of watches the Philippines bloggers. So that's really cool. Eyebrow. Quick question. Can you find prune juice in the Philippines? Asking for a friend. I don't know. Prune juice. I haven't noticed it, but it's also something that I may or may not have been looking for. I do know you can find fiber, like Metamucil stuff. I do know that's around, but I don't know about prune juice. I would imagine that might be pretty hard to find here. Or if you did find it, it might be expensive. Yeah, I'm not sure on that because I don't think they grow here naturally. So it would be something that would be imported, I believe, right? Good morning. Dude, how much is my rent? So my rent where I'm at is 20,000 pesos, which reminds me to bring up my converter here. 1 second, convert. I think it's like 300 something US dollars. Let's see here real quick. 20,000. Yes, 360 US dollars. So small place, studio, but it's actually a very nice property. I have a ton of amenities. I got great security, pool, gym. I got, really upscale kind of place. So you can go a lot cheaper. I don't know if you watched in one of my videos, 2 guys out in Bonbon. I mean, one guy, he's spending what, 6,000 pesos a month, like in most of his bills. So 6,000, that's $100. Holy mackerel, that's cheap. And another guy, his apartment, I think he said 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I think that was 12,000, and that's 215 US. So it's a little bit more expensive depending on the pockets of the Philippines that you're in, cities, and then within cities, like here, the business district, IT Park, BGC in Manila, you'll have some more expensive areas. So I've traveled around Thailand and considering doing the Philippines. Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of similarities between the two countries. A lot of benefits to each one. So it really just kind of depends on what you're looking for. Yeah, there's a lot of people who jump between both of them. Yes, Lion Boontog, thank you. Yes, thank you for watching from Hong Kong. I appreciate that. Carried away with YouTube. Yeah, I did. It's interesting how it just kind of, you get all excited. It's like watching popcorn. And then you're like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. But, it's been, I got a little carried away. But it's kind of my personality in a lot of ways too. It's why I don't drink alcohol, right? And why I focus on things that make a good impact in my life, like health and well-being and exercise and fitness. I kind of, I don't do anything partially. It would be great. Yes, I do plan on, so I'm doing a lot of training around YouTube, right? This is new to me. So I'm doing a lot of training, and they say in the recent training that I was just talking about, it's like, look, you want to get kind of 3 pieces of who you are into your channel, right? So obviously a big one is the Philippines, but another piece for me is around health and well-being and fitness. So I do actually plan on bringing more of that kind of stuff into the channel. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I definitely plan on doing that because I also feel too, if we look at the other content that's around the Philippines, there's not a lot of people talking about that type of thing. So I'm really interested in exploring that. So yeah, thank you. Hey, Chris, we'll be in Cebu next month. Want to try Seoul? Yeah, man, that place was really good. Want to try that? Yes. Yeah, dude, you should look me up. I don't know if we're already communicating via email. I got a lot of folks that I'm chatting with on email right now, but if you want to shoot me an email, love to grab lunch or whatever, a cup of coffee if you've got time. So I don't really have anything planned as far as trips right now. I do plan on doing some stuff like October, September, November, December, that time of year, as that's kind of the premium time to do YouTube content with the holidays. But yeah, definitely look me up if you like. Try visiting Bohol for vacation. Yes, Bohol is incredible. So when I first came to the Philippines in August, I spent a couple weeks out there. Loved it. Beautiful, beautiful. And I plan on going back because it's just right here. Some of that just is dependent on getting my scooter and getting all that set up. You're more handsome now than before. That's wonderful. Thank you. Salamat. I appreciate that. It's funny, right? So I'm really trying to enunciate words a little bit better. People, comment on my accent. But another thing that's really interesting, this is a video I want to make, are some of the facial expressions that are here with the language. There's a lot of eyebrow raising. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Something I did not know before I moved here, how much there's a facial expression in the communication here. Like yes, it's like yeah, like that. And then also like when someone says what, sometimes they don't say a word, but they'll like open their mouth and raise their eyebrows. Really, really kind of cool. All right. Do a video from Bohol Chocolate Hills. Yeah, I do. And the other thing I see about the Chocolate Hills and filming that is it's a great place for me to do some drone work, which I have not been able to do yet. And I'm really excited about doing that. Another trip that I want to do is spend like a month or so in either like Sikihor or I think it's Komodos Island. Again, once I get my motorcycle, I could ride up to either one of those places, take a ferry over and like spend a month there filming and just cruising around the island. I mean, man. Hey, man. Yeah, thanks. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thank you. I am Buntog. Yes, good morning. Good morning. 8:05. I'm a little bit watching my time. Okay, cool. Like I was saying before, if you missed the beginning part of the video, I don't want to kind of chase through the comments. I really want to take time in answering the questions. I really feel like this forum is a great way for us to kind of dive deeper into stuff like we can't do in an actual comment section. So I may not get through everything. Let's see. Yes, good morning. My own Buntog. Prune juice at SNR. Okay, great. Yeah. So prune juice at SNRs and what's the other big one that's kind of like Costco? Is that Landers? I think it's called. I'm considering getting a membership to that. So yeah, so you can get prune juice. Heated prune juice with a little butter. I haven't tried that. I eat a lot of oatmeal with like flaxseed and chia seeds and stuff like that. So I eat kind of a lot of high fiber stuff. I was taking Metamucil in the States not that I really had any digestive problems, but I felt like it did make a difference, which I haven't tried. I haven't found any Metamucil. I haven't been really looking for it either, but yeah. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Nice to see you. Good evening. Yes. Oh, so cool. Yeah. Elder brother. Kuan means elder brother. Okay, cool. Good morning from Cebu City. Yes. Yeah. We've sent some emails back and forth too. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for being here. I do. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes. Good evening. Our budget Joe Rogan. Yes. Joe Rogan from Cebu. I was just actually hearing a little bit about him and podcasts and what he's doing there. Pretty amazing. He's got I mean, I don't know about his content really or anything like that, but there's a lot of talk about what he's up to or just podcasts in general and how it's kind of a pretty growing and big trend. Yes. Hello, Chris. I enjoy the channel. Well, man, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. It's really I'm really blown away by how it's kind of grown and expanded so fast. I wasn't expecting that kind of growth. I really kind of thought I had a lot more time to work on my craft and expand things. I'm doing a lot of training and stuff. But one of the interesting things that I've learned recently is they talk about how everyone on the planet should do 100 videos. Everyone should have a YouTube channel and everyone should do 100 videos. And the amount of stuff that you learn about yourself in that time is pretty incredible. Like for me, one of the things that I didn't really know about myself is how really kind of conservative I am. I knew I was cautious and I knew I was kind of careful in life, but I didn't get how conservative I was until I started recording myself and putting myself out there and then, just talking with others. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Good evening from Florida. Yeah, Florida. I spent a lot of time in Florida. I was down in the Tampa area, Bradenton, Anna Maria Island, beautiful down there. I loved it. It was really nice down there. My son's still down in the Florida area. Yeah. How often do I plan to visit the States every year? I don't know, actually. I was considering going back in August, going back just for a quick trip, but man, it's hard. It's not an easy trip to do. It kind of takes you out of your game for weeks, because you have to adjust back to the climate and then come back and you have to adjust, and the flight's long, and so it really kind of takes you out for a long time. So I don't know how often I'll come back. Plus, it's expensive. Um, yeah, yeah. I do want to go back though. I'm already, like you said, considering a trip in August. But that's the other part. I mean, I got rid of all my winter clothes, so it's not like I can't really go in January unless I go to Florida. Yeah, 100 videos, right? Isn't that amazing? Yeah, but I can see it. I mean, just in the short time that I've done this, I'm a lot more self-aware than I was. You just, you don't watch yourself like that when you actually do a recording, and pay attention to the things you say, and your ways of being. It's an adventure. Even if you don't post them, I think it's interesting to do that self exploration. It's really you're in Delray Beach. Yeah, Delray Beach, Florida. I know that area a little bit. Yeah, and where are you going to the Philippines? Are you coming to Cebu? You going to Manila? What's got your eye? So I wasn't always planning on staying in the Cebu area. I was really kind of thinking about some other areas myself, Bacolod City being one of them, just because I want a little bit smaller town, I feel. But man, they're just having some really good. I don't know if you guys watch that Canadian couple, but I mean, the power issues and stuff that they're having over there. And I know they're not in Bacolod City, they're just across in Iloilo, but the Bacolod City is also impacted by that. So anyways, where are you looking to go in the Philippines? You should do a podcast. Yeah, I was, like I said, I was just watching stuff on that. So, maybe I'll look into something like that. This is taking a ton of my time. But this is fun for me. I do like that, and I do like having conversations and talking with people about whatever is that inspires them. To me, the Philippines and a healthy way of living is what I'm up to now. And if a podcast on that would go, then I'm down. Hello. Florida is always summer. Yeah. Yeah, Florida. So that's kind of my backup plan too. If I need to, if for some reason I need to get out of the Philippines, Florida would be where I would go, just because it'd be easy for me to kind of get back there and readjust it and climate, and for a lot of reasons, I feel. Plus, I've got family and stuff like that down there. So yeah, Florida is my backup plan. Remember me from Houston. Do I know anyone in Houston? Or just from the comments and chat, TR? Yeah, tell me a little bit more. On the topic of groceries, how does shopping for foods you enjoy in America work there in the Philippines? Okay. Yeah, the groceries and shopping like that hasn't been a big burden or anything. So, I've been a bachelor a lot of my life. I've ate out most of my life. So, I wasn't a big cook, a guy that cooked at home. I cooked breakfast mainly, and then I would eat out for lunch because I was working. But what I could see here around that and groceries and shopping is that I think you have more access to healthier foods like natural produce and vegetables and things, and fruits, fresh fish. So I honestly think it's much healthier here than you would find really anywhere else, especially out west. The markets here are amazing. I love going to the markets, even if I don't buy anything, just to walk around and see what they're selling and the people. I love that, man. It's really, really, really cool. I was born in Batangas. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably get over to Manila and then down that way. I think at some point, I'll probably get over there. Just curious, what do you use to edit your videos? I use Filmora. I wish I actually went. I wish I started with. I think it's the DaVinci Resolve. I think it's called. I hear a lot of great things about that, and I guess it's not too late that I can move that direction too. But yeah, I'm using Filmora right now, and it's all right. I mean, it seems to be fine. It's easy. It's, you know, but I'm getting a little bit faster. Mainly where I can see that the things are happening is my recordings. I'm trying to speak, have longer spaces in my gaps and my interrupts, so that way I know where to edit and cut out, that kind of thing. But yeah, anyways, I use Filmora. Was Filipino born? I was born in Batangas. All right, cool. And are you in the Philippines now? Or are you OFW somewhere else? What have been my biggest surprises of living here so far? You know, honestly, it's just the peaceful and friendliness. I mean, I knew that coming into it, that would be there, and really kind of why I moved here. But it's something that when you live here and you're here, um, that it's at another level. I mean, wow, it really is incredible to be here in a friendly, peaceful environment, and that you just feel the just kind of things slow down. You know, um, one of other big surprises. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's a culture that I think us Westerners can just jump right into. It doesn't. It's really easy for us to assimilate. It's English speaking. All the documents and stuff are in English. The signs are in English. You walk into a Starbucks, it's a menu that you recognize. First of all, there's a Starbucks there, right? And then secondly, there's a menu that you could read and recognize. Everything's there. Um, yeah, so just all the music, you've got Western music everywhere you go. You got music playing. Um, Sports, basketball is massive here. So yeah, it's really easy. I've searched for your email and have no luck. I don't know why. How much is the ticket? The best way to buy it? The best way to buy Florida to Cebu, if you don't remember. Okay. So I have had a lot of people have problems finding my email address. It is under the About tab. However, you can't get to it from a phone or a tablet. You have to do it from a computer. Um, we figured that out last time. So, but my email address is CLRS, like Sierra Lima Romeo Sierra, or yeah, CLRS 70 at gmail.com. So that's my email address. Here, you know what? I'll post it. So there's my email address. Um, but let's see if we can answer your question. How much is the ticket and the best way to buy? So, I think with those tickets and stuff, you could do, you could use whatever search thing you want. I've heard Skyscanner. I think I've used a little bit, or just even Google. And then a lot of people recommend contacting the airline directly to book your flight. But yeah, and the ticket I think for me was about $1,700 US for just normal class, and that went from Denver. Actually, no, that was just LA to Cebu. So I booked a separate, and that's the other thing you could look at too, is just splitting it up. Like my Denver to LA trip was completely separate. So I bought that ticket from Denver to LA just because it was cheaper, and then I bought LA to Cebu, and then just look at kind of different routes. If you can avoid the Manila airport, I would. Not that the city's bad or anything like that. It's really kind of hard to navigate that airport. I had 3 to 4 hours in that terminal, my connecting flight when I flew there in August, and I needed that much time to get to my next flight. So, but yeah, and yep. Let's see here. New to your channel, enjoy your videos. I'm coming to the Philippines for vacation. Where would you suggest staying in Cebu City? Yeah, so vacation, lots of hotels here. I would look in a couple of areas I think you'd want to be in is the Cebu Business Park, or where I'm at, as well as IT Park. I think those two areas are great places for people to really just kind of start and be in the Philippines and kind of see different things. I stayed at the Quest Hotel, which I did a video kind of on that Cebu Business Park area. Great hotel, great property. They have a great breakfast buffet. But those are places, the areas that I would stay in. Yeah, that place was fine. I haven't, it just kind of depends on your budget. There are a lot of places to stay. I know that I think there's the Sita, I think it's called, that's right next to the mall here too. I think that's a little bit more, but there are some budget friendly ones too. The Quest is the one that I know about that I actually stayed at, that a lot of people stay at because of other bloggers also talk about that particular place. So yeah. And thanks for watching too. I really appreciate that. Any bigger tall shops in the Philippines? I'm 6'5". Do I have to bring all my clothes with me? Yes. Wait. Yes, you need to bring all your clothes with you. Yeah, it's actually it's hard to find clothing. I'm not a big dude, right? I'm 5'10" and 215 pounds roughly, and 10 and a half shoe. I have a hard time finding shoes that are my size, right? And the shirts are small. I can just barely get shirts. So, but I'm a little more. I'm kind of thicker. But anyways, yeah, you're gonna want to bring your clothes. Yeah. And I think that's honestly, I think that's for most Americans in some ways. I feel like unless you're okay just wearing cotton stuff, I would bring your own stuff. I would get, gear that's good for heat, and I would bring all that. And it doesn't have to be expensive. I think I went to Target and got like 5 of those all in motion, wicking sweatshirt, sweat type material. That's all I have. That's pretty much what I bring. But that stuff I think is hard to find here. Like I can't find that kind of gear. And then I bought a bunch of Eddie Bauer really moisture wicking shorts and underwear and all that stuff. So I think clothes in general, while you can get them cheap here, I think for everybody, I think it's a good smart option to bring really good high quality moisture wicking clothing. Yes. Yeah, man. Shoot me an email, dude. Seriously. Shoot me an email. And let me know. I'd love to get together. Warner. Gosh, man. This guy is my neighbor. I mean, he lives just 45 minutes away, and we have yet to connect. I actually met him at Calvin's meet and greet. Man, what a great guy that Calvin is. Holy mackerel. I think he's got a live coming up too right after mine. Speaking of which, I do have a hard stop. I'm going up the mountains with a gentleman I met here. Great guy. I probably plan on shooting a video, but anyways, yes. Good morning, Warner. We need to connect for sure. Have you been to Dumaguete yet? There are a bunch of expat communities there. There are. I have not been to Duma yet. I plan on checking it out. I felt like I've seen it so much. But I mean, I do. I want to go to the boardwalk. I want to go there. I want to see what it's all about. But there's certain areas that I felt like, just because I watched so many videos, that I already have the experience of being there in a lot of ways. So Dumaguete is one of those where it's like, yeah, I'll go. But, I would love to go to Ground Zero. I think that's the name of it, right? I would love to go to Ground Zero and, pull up there and then see the boys in there drinking coffee and then go have a coffee. I mean, that's a dream, right? But, as far as moving there, I probably, not really on my radar. Try Calabarzon area, Tagaytay, Laguna. Okay. I've heard of Tagaytay. Yeah, and of course Batangas. Yeah, no, some beautiful areas all throughout that area down there. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to hit in Luzon. I want to get the rice terraces up north. I'm just waiting. Somebody gave me a tip that there's a time of year to go up there, and the time of year not, and that kind of just happened. So maybe next year I'll go up. Seems like they don't have much cheese there. Yes, or anything that comes from a cow. Absolutely, man. You're so true, Ben. So there aren't a lot of dairy farms here. So everything that comes around that, is limiting. It's there, but not at a scale like you're used to. Like, I don't think you could find a gallon of milk. Now you can find a half gallon, but no gallon at all. And the cheese, you maybe have a couple of cheeses and a couple of yogurts. So yes, absolutely right. Dairy is limited. What I've done is I actually just use powdered milk. I don't mind it. I don't drink, like, I was never a guy that would get a glass of milk and drink it. That wasn't me. And, like I said, I have guy taste buds and nose. I pretty much eat whatever. Um, but yes, you're absolutely right. And then, like I said, with the milk, the powdered milk, I just use it in my oatmeal, and that's fine. Same here. A Force of Energy is from Batangas. Yeah. No, great area down there. Yeah, it looks beautiful in Florida. Okay. Hello, Chris. Good morning. Greetings from Melbourne, Florida. Yeah, a lot of Florida folks. Yeah, yeah. I spent some time there. A lot of time in Tampa, Anna Maria. Gosh, Anna Maria was beautiful. I loved it. Loved it out there. Do you ever get power outages in your condo? I don't. Well, I've had a couple of blips, but I haven't had any like long outages. But no, not many. And what's interesting, because I don't, like, back to that Canadian couple, right? They've got some real big problems there with power, and other areas. The guys in Dumagetti who post, they talk about, almost every Sunday or whatever, they're out of power for the entire day. We don't here in Cebu City. And I think it could be my neighborhood or my areas. I think there's a couple things around that. But the business park, right? If you've got all these businesses that are supporting, call centers, companies throughout the world, they got to have that uptime. They got to have power. They got to have data. So I think that's a big factor. So a lot of that depends on, when you're looking at the Philippines, you really want to consider where you go. So no, I don't have power outages here really at all. And I think that's where I'm at. The other thing that's key is this place might have generators. So there might be, I don't think, yeah, other people in the city aren't really talking about power failures, but I do know this building has generators, which they did kick on during Odette. So that's also something to look at when you move out here, is does the place you have alternative power in case there's an outage? Because that would get you by too if you're in a city that is prone, like Iloilo or Dumagetti. Yes, the rice fields. I'm going to go there. Yep, I'm going to go there. No question. I need to research that and find out the best time of year to go. That looks just amazing. They're incredible. Yeah, simple living in the Philippines. Yep, grew up in the beaches in Batangas. Yeah, I mean, even in the city, though, I feel like, it's a different experience than living in the West. There's even a chill vibe here. I mean, this is a city. This is interesting because somebody told me about this. So the Cebu City area is 1 million people, but if you add like Mandawi and Lapu-Lapu, which is really this region city here, kind of like Minneapolis, St. Paul, or Denver, Aurora, or kind of those connecting cities, the population is 3 million. So this is a big area, but even with that, it's very chill. I feel like it's still this whole relaxed vibe that this culture has. It is awesome. I really loving it. I'm loving it. Would you consider going to other provinces and explore the road less traveled, not the popular and tourist places? Would love to see that. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. If you look, I've actually done a little bit of that already. I've done Bantayan Island, which is not a popular destination, which blows me away, because that is the most incredible beach I've ever seen in my life. That area is more popular with Filipinos and not nobody. There's hardly any foreigners there that I saw. There was nobody there. I mean, it was just completely just me. So yeah, check out those videos. I did some stuff on that, and then I went out to the provinces out in, went to Balamban. I went cruise down to Toledo and stuff like that. So very much into the non-touristy places. I'd actually like going to places where you don't get a lot of foreigners. The Filipinos are such a friendly, opening culture and inviting culture, and if you can get into some of these remoter areas that don't have a lot of foreigner exposure, And that's incredible. It's incredible for everybody. You know, they get to experience you and you get to experience them. And yeah, so definitely plan on doing the road less traveled for sure. But it's a little bit hard to do, I think, here in Cebu, just because a lot of it has been. But you can even get out 10 or 15 minutes to some of these province areas where, you know, they don't see a lot of foreigners, and, you know, you can feel like you're in something special. So I definitely plan on doing that. And then, you know, as far as other islands, I want to get out to that Bacolod City in that area. I'm planning a trip because I want to go out to the Mascara Festival and I want to shoot and document that. So, and I'm going to get there. I'm going to take my motorcycle. I'm going to ride over the island, to catch a ferry, and I'm going to ride San Carlos over to Bacolod. I'll probably take a month doing that. So yes, definitely. Hello, Carefree Chris. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Good evening. Hey, Bella. Good morning. Yeah. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thank you. Hi, sir. How do you like the local live music scene in Cebu? I haven't been out much, honestly, in the local live scene. A little bit. I've been out to a couple places recently where they have had some live bands, some cover bands, just, you know, talented. I mean, the Philippines is an extremely musical country. I think even more so than United States with karaoke and that. You have everyone sings here. Everyone loves to sing. So you've got a culture of people who've grown up singing, and then you've got these really incredible music talents. So yeah, the other thing that stands out around the music here is the just right across the street, the Ayala Mall. They've got concerts here, all kinds of stuff that I've been a part of. But yeah, no, it's been pretty incredible to see the music side of the Filipinos. One of your videos, you wore a Def Leppard T-shirt. Try tuning in to local FM radio stations called Y101. It's Friday Gold Rush season right now. They're planning. All right, I'll have to check that out. Thanks, Ram. Appreciate that. Force of energy, Chris. If I may, can you recommend me a travel agent? Perhaps I can save some time. Travel agent. I don't know any travel agents, unfortunately. If you're I would just, like I said, I would just go to Google and do your flight. I think did you say you're coming from Florida? I believe it was. Yeah, just Google flights from your city over. You'd be fine. And then you can go out to the airline. It's real, or you can just book it right there. Or, you know, you can look up your travel agent. I don't know any personally. I do all my stuff kind of outside of travel agents, but there should be some there. Even if you look at local travel agents, if you wanted to go that direction, you could just look at local travel agents on Yelp or whatever, and then just, you know, sort them out. You may pay a little bit more, but whatever. You know, if that's not a concern for you, that would be a way to do that. You know, you can just, you know, kind of look at Yelp and then grab one. But I actually don't know any. Hello, yes. Mayong buntag, or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're at. What is good evening? My own gibi, I think. In January, I flew Orlando, Atlanta, South Korea. I was going to say Lechon. South Korea, Cebu, and reverse coming back. Yeah, yeah. I did LA to Taipei to Cebu. Really great. And do it at night. Night makes a big difference. If anyone wants to become a travel, please let me know. Okay. Is online shopping for clothes and electronics as easy as it is in America? Can I Amazon shop there? Yes and no, or no and yes. It's not as I wouldn't say it's as easy as it is here in the United States, but it's possible. Like, I do stuff on Amazon still. It just takes a couple weeks, maybe a month at the longest, and sometimes a week. Yeah, it's not overnight. It's not same day, you know, stuff like that we're used to. But if you can kind of stay ahead of the things like that, which I use Amazon just because there's some things that I'm really want to get, and you just, have to be patient. But yeah, you could do Amazon here. I think if you do orders over I can't remember the exact amount. Is it over 50, maybe over 50 US that the shipping's free? So, and then they have other things like are called Shopee and Lazada. I haven't really ordered much from those. Just because when I got here, Amazon started offering the free shipping here. So as I was an Amazon Prime member before, I just used that. Yeah. Yes. Mabuha. Greetings from Siargao Island, Philippines. Yeah, so beautiful there. Yeah, on my radar, no question. I definitely want to go there. Aloha, handsome. Salamat. Uh, any plans to film with your Instant 360 on your bike? Definitely. Absolutely. I got a motorcycle kit right here. Got the kit right here. So, plan on doing that. Plus, I got the GPS, not the watch, but it's a GPS that will bring in my GPS settings. I think I put in one video I added a little bit just to kind of experiment with it. So yes, I definitely plan to hook up my GoPro too. I'll probably have a lot of cameras. I do have a little GoPro 9. I don't really use it in anything. I use my 360 for everything, but yes, I plan on doing a lot with the motorcycle. American from California. Cool. Okay. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. I try to see people if I recognize them, from either the States or from YouTube or whatever. Yeah, California. I was born in California. Was born in Modesto long, long time ago. And then it was one of those things where I was there for a couple years and then we moved. So I don't, I spent most of my life in Colorado, but I spent some time in Tampa or the Florida area, upstate New York, Kentucky, California, Colorado, Florida, upstate New York, Kentucky, Ohio. Yeah, been a little bit all over. All right, the best months to visit are during the months April to May and October to November, since these are the times when the rice. Yes. All right, I'll come back and make a note of that. Yeah. Yep. I want to go. Incredible. Amazing. Amazing place. Looks just amazing. How easy do you find it to meet new friends without the help of your YouTube channel? It was hard. It was one of the reasons why I did the channel, honestly. One of the big reasons why. I really, really wanted to connect with people here, build a network here of people. I hadn't really done that in the months prior, but now I meet people a lot. And I feel like I'm not the kind of person, like people don't really approach me too much. I think it's because I look like Joe Rogan or The Rock or these intimidating guys. I actually have a little bit of hard time making friends. So this is great for me. I've met a lot of people. And, it kind of reminds me too of when I was a little bit younger and that kind of these friendships that I'm building where I did have a lot of male friends. So it's been great. It's been awesome. But I think that though is more me. I think the culture here too is another big part of that, where it's a really friendly, open and inviting culture. So yeah. I'm not an OFW. I left the Philippines when I was a teenager. Okay. All right. Yeah. Any plans on coming back? Do you plug in your US? Yes. And everything has been working. Let me read out the question here. That's another thing I noticed, right? So one of the things about these lives, realize whatever 5 months ago, I was there in your chair. And the lives for me coming here were very valuable because people would ask questions and I would want a lot of the questions that they would ask, I'd want to know answers. So Really trying to, but they're so long that I would often, clean house or do whatever and listen to these. So I'm really kind of committed to reading these things out so that way people can listen after the fact and get value. But anyways, do you plug in your US equipment into a power transformer adapter? No, you can plug most stuff straight in without any kind of adapter. I've had two devices that has not worked so well with. One were my clippers. So I had to buy new clippers, and then another was an air purifier that unfortunately I bought on Amazon that now I don't know what I'm going to do. But so yes, everything else though has been fine. I don't need anything else. I don't know the power specs here, but yeah, everything's been good. G Street Games. It does seem chill, but what's the freedom like? Most Asian countries are very authoritarian, and lots of people seem to like the ninja masks. What about people who don't want that in their lives? So, as far as the masks, I was in China, Beijing, in the early 2000s, and they were wearing masks there. So I think it is a culture thing a little bit with Asia. Um, for many, it has been for a long time. Here, though, they're pretty much gone. You'll have certain industries, I think, that like food services and things like that maybe wear them, and maybe that's a good thing. As far as everyone out and about, I think they're pretty much gone now for the most part. But yeah, the freedoms, I because I'm not super involved in a lot of the politics or even just news or any of that, I don't have any of that experience, right? Those are conversations and things I don't know. And probably if I did this in the United States where I just completely disconnect and moved up to the mountains somewhere, then I would have the same kind of experience, if that makes sense. I'm just so removed from the politics and all that here that none of that kind of comes through, if that makes sense. Elo Negris. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, really intense with that power. That spooks me. I mean, they've been out for days with no power, and it's hot. I couldn't imagine not having a fan at least. A lot of people live without aircon here, air conditioning, but just a fan blowing on you at the minimum is that's rough. And it's something, if you're looking to move here, man, you gotta consider. You have to think about what's the environment like there. How often do they have power outages? Internet isn't one though that's a big deal, just because they're satellite. And I was surprised. I was out in the province and I had 80 meg up and down at that province place. So yeah, something to think about. What kind of visa are you traveling on? I'm in the process of applying for my SSRV. I'm in Naples right now, by the way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have the SSRV. I'm just on the tourist visa. So you're good for 3 years. I'm considering exiting before 6 months so I can avoid that exit clearance. But you're good for 3 years. And then all you do is you leave, you go out of the country for 24 hours at least, and then come back. So, and then you reset for another 3 years. And, there's a little bit of cost per month. I don't know. I think it's around $30 or so per month. Like you can do different visa extensions, 1 month, 2 months, and 6 months, I think are the extensions. Once you kind of get through that first couple extensions, you can kind of do longer ones. But yeah, SSRV is the way to go if you can swing it. Especially if you have served in the military and have a pension, whatever, what's that, 1,500, I think it is. That is an incredible deal, the SSRV. As a civilian, as someone who didn't serve though, I'm not sure. Unless you plan on buying real estate, which isn't a good idea really. SSRV is great for the military. I wish I had that option. Really, I would get it like that. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Have a best day. Amping. Salamat. Somebody watching. Oh yeah. Thank you. Let me thumbs up can I thumbs up myself? I don't think I can. Oh man. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so much. I appreciate that. I'm watching the clock a little bit. I do have a hard stop at 15 after the hour. I'm heading up to the mountains with a subscriber. He reached out. We becoming friends. Good guy. Good guy. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Happy weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Friday morning here. My watch is reminding me it's time to stand. Okay. Your travel agent. Okay, great. Hello from Tampa. Beautiful. I love Tampa. Great place. I spent a lot of years in Tampa. Loved it. Loved it. I worked at the Hampton Inn as a night auditor there. What's that? Brandon Boulevard. It's been 20 something years ago that I was there. But yeah, Brandon Boulevard and what's that main interstate that goes north and south? Is that I-75? Anyways, yeah, love Tampa. Great, beautiful, beautiful town. Good people. Real clean town too. Of course, it's been a while since I've been there, but yeah, Mangandang Gabipo. Amping, Birmi, brother, butter. Oh my gosh. Just a reminder to hit the yes. Thanks, guys. Nah, man, this is so cool. This is blows me away. Really does blow me away. Really incredible. Lazada. Yeah. It's all right. I feel like the quality of goods though aren't quite this what I'm used to, but yeah, not too bad. I mean, Amazon's got it nailed down, man. They really do. And the last things that I was trying on or that I was doing with Amazon before I moved here, they had that whole try before you buy kind of thing where you can order it, you can like clothing, right? That was one of the things I didn't really like to do on Amazon is buy clothing. But they have that thing where you can, buy the shirt or whatever, you can try it on you can have it for a week, and then if you don't like it, you ship it back. I think that's the level that these guys don't really have yet. I think the return part quite isn't there. But just the quality of goods too are just a little bit less. About the Amazon stuff, items less than are not imposed by tax. Yes. Yeah. So if you keep your orders, I think above 50, but below 200 US is the range. Yeah. I think above 200 US, you might have to I think you're taxed on. Hello from Cleveland. Yes. I lived in Cleveland for a little while. Yeah. I lived in Mentor. I lived in Lakewood. Yep. Yeah. Too wild. Maybe you're one of my Facebook friends. I do have some Facebook friends from that are there. Anyways, yes, my own Boontog. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend too. I hope that it clears up a little bit. Right, it looks sunny right now. We've had a little bit of a low pressure come through. If you go to Bentangas, you'll have a lot of friends. Yeah, man, Bentangas seems beautiful there. I can't wait. You only got to smile and things will be good. You know what, Nikki? It's so true. I think, as I tell people when you're here in the Philippines, man, just smile. Have a big smile on your face, and you'll be amazed at what opens up for you when you're walking around and being with the Filipinos. They're just, incredible people. Choose your friends wisely. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you want to get good at spotting, bad situations. You really do. Let's get a thumbs up. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I really do appreciate that. Hopefully I'll come back next year. Can't wait. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, appreciate that. I really want to check out so many areas of the Philippines to look at, right? Good morning. Yes, good morning, Sky. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday. Absolutely. Happy Friday. Yeah, I think Southeast Asia. So in the United States and Western, well, I can't speak for all the Western countries, but in the United States, it really was, pre-pandemic, nobody was really wearing masks other than, if you were in the medical industry. But outside of that, you would hardly see anyone wearing masks. But now, that's changed. But when I was here like I said, when I was in China, there was a lot of mask wearing, even back in early 2000s. So yeah, I remember when I was there, Cebu City and Dumaguete, a lot of Western and foreigners weren't very friendly. Yes, not all, but quite a few. The Filipinos were friendlier. Absolutely. I think that too. You know, there's a lot of talk about how, the problems that you're going to have here in the Philippines aren't with Filipinos, they're with other foreigners. And there's a lot of that mentality and thinking. So, yeah, yeah. And then I think, too, some other foreigners have this mentality of, don't come here. This is my paradise. Get away. That kind of thing. Or, you have to look, too, a lot of people who move here are maybe bankrupt in some way. I mean, like emotionally or financially or something like that. So maybe there's just some resentment towards their home country, right? So I get it. And it's, I can, I'm always cautious a little bit when I meet a foreigner, just because of the information that I have been told, as far as, your problems are going to come from other foreigners, not from Filipinos. So, but yeah, so people are a little insecure, I feel, when it comes to the foreigners. I wonder if the west side of Cebu Island is more humid. You know what? I think so, man. Every time I go to Bantan or Balaban, I feel like I'm hotter there. Like, it's hot. Whatever. I'm hour west. I do feel it, and they get a lot more rain there. So yeah, I think you're right. Give yourself. I plan on it. As soon as I'm able to here somewhere. Good morning. Yes, good morning. What cities have you found better for dating? You know, if you're into casual kind of dating, you're going to want to be in the bigger areas. You're going to want to be probably, I would say, probably two cities, here in Cebu or Manila. And yeah, because when you go out in the provinces, you're not going to be able to like casually date this person, and then, whatever, 3 months later date this person, and 3 months later date some. You won't be able to do that there. But yeah, so it just kind of depends. If you're looking to find a wife or a spouse or a long-term partner, anywhere, right? Anywhere. But if you're looking to maybe casually date a little bit, your cities are. And I did that whole video about kind of like hookup culture and things like that. Know that it doesn't really exist here. It's different here. People are very conservative here, I'm discovering. Now, there are pockets and stuff like that where they're not. And you could do probably like Tinder or dating apps like that, and maybe, uh, be exposed to people who are more prone to the hookup culture. But in general, it's really not. But yeah, I would say for like dating casually, bigger cities. But if you're looking for a spouse or a girlfriend, still bigger city, but definitely your province area. Yeah. TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Oh, yeah. I-275. But what's the road that goes north south? I thought I-275 goes east west. Sorry, I know. I'm a little bit squirrel, but a map is close. Hold on. Oh, maybe not. Africa, almost there. Man, I am a long ways away. No, you're right. 275. No, I-75. So I was I-75 in State Road 60. Yeah, Brandon Boulevard. Yeah, I knew 275 wasn't right, but I-75. Sorry. What age did I retire? I'm 53, and yes. So I'm kind of retired now. I mean, this is the only thing I'm doing is YouTube. My backup plan is if I need to, like a lot of my, well, this is a long conversation, long topic, but when you're our age, 50, in your early 50s, most of us are trying to get to 59 and a half to get to the bulk of our assets. So, So yeah, you got to get from here to 59 and a half, and then look at those numbers, right? So I looked at my numbers after 59 and a half, and I'm good there. But you got to get to that. So a lot of my stuff is in investments right now, which the markets are anyone watching. So I'm kind of doing YouTube a little bit just to kind of hopefully kind of get me back to where I want to go. But also too, if I need to, my backup plan is to go back in IT support from here in the Philippines. I just got an email about a job today. I probably won't take it, but back in support, I'm kind of like a mechanic. I can work anywhere, do anything, and in the IT realm. So, but yeah, I'm, it's a one-way ticket for me out here. I probably won't be able to go back to United States just because of my cost of living. I'm planning on living here for $2 to $3 grand a month, and you can't do that there, right? Here you live really well, like, maids and in home care you can have here. So yeah. So I'm kind of semi-retired now, depending on how the markets do and really how YouTube goes. I'm not trying to make a ton of money off YouTube. My ideal would be, somewhere in the poverty range. If you can make that, so whatever, 1,000 to 2,000 US a month would, So anyway, I hope that answers it. Oh, that sounded wrong. Oh yeah, I'm glad it's Friday. Wave, yes, hello. You should consider doing Joe Rogan thing from Cebu. I'll have to check. I've seen some of his shorts. He does that stuff. Who's a physicist? I can't remember his name. He does some stuff with air. I really like some of that stuff. These two guys are talking. But yeah, I've seen some of his YouTube shorts. They're entertaining. Good morning. Yeah, Lazada seems all right. Yeah, Lazada seems okay. It makes sense you want to ignore politics, but one can't ignore the culture of politics without getting hurt. The only thing keeping me from ever is a lack of respect for personal rights. Yeah, none of that stuff impacts me. I really feel like that. If anything, I feel more free than I ever have. I really do, man. None of that stuff. I'm just not impacted by it. I'm not. That's not my experience here. I don't feel limited in any way. If anything, like I said, I feel more free, more alive than I have in decades. Really incredible being here. Sharing a smile will make someone's day, Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Good morning. Good evening, Montana. Beautiful, right? Big country. Man, beautiful up there. Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. What's the most popular dating apps? I don't know. I think Tinder is. There is some Tinder. That is a popular dating app. I think a lot of people I think it's Filipino Cupid or something like that. As far as that, that's more like a dating website. I think that one's pretty popular. I'm not sure about apps and stuff like that. I had a Tinder account. That's kind of how I met my friend. So when I was single in the United States, I had a Tinder account, and I was on it. I can't even remember. I had a paid account. I did it for a month. It was maybe 3 years ago, right shortly after my divorce, maybe 8 or so months after my divorce. I signed up for Tinder and tried it out. Horrible, right? It was just this is a joke. So at the time, I was looking, all right, the Philippines is probably going to open. Let me see if I switch my Tinder account to the Philippines, because you could do that. You can set your location. And I set it to Tinder in the Philippines, and bam! I mean, it was amazing. I've just met all these people. And I've actually, one of my good friends in Balamban, that's how we met. And we're still good friends today. So, but I don't really use the dating apps to know for sure how a lot of that worked. Yeah. I-75. Yeah. We talked about I-75, I-4. I have a lot of friends and family in USA, Canada, Australia. They want me to visit or live there. I told them I'm a tropical. Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, this is incredible here. This is amazing here. I love it. Very honored to be where I'm at right now. Yeah. What's your take on some of the Western travel bloggers who praise Philippines when traveling the country, but bashing when they're out of the Philippines? Yeah. You're probably talking about, I think someone, I haven't watched it, so I don't know, but that Patty, someone was talking about the food or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, right? This kind of came up before in another way. Anyone who's doing YouTube, I mean, it's not easy, it's not. So I think anyone who's doing this work, I have, respect for, especially if they're incredibly successful at it. I think it, you know, but yeah, I don't know. Everyone has a story to talk about. Everyone's got something to say, and you have to do you on YouTube. You got to be authentic. You got to be yourself. So, whatever. I don't necessarily have a problem with what any bloggers are up to. That's kind of the cool thing about it, right? If there's content out there that people are creating, you just tune out. You don't have, you can choose. That's what's so great about YouTube. I love it. Just change the channel. You don't like what you're saying, and that's what and as a creator, I think that's what's so incredibly important, to be your authentic self, because look, there are millions of people out here who are like-minded like you, and putting your stuff out there to attract those like-minded people is what you need to do. And if you're being fake about yourself or not, whatever, or promoting something you don't believe in, then eventually it catches up, right? You're right. It's really expensive here in Florida. Yeah. It's really expensive in the West right now. It's the inflation is crazy. Would you know if immigration would take a one-way ticket upon entry? Yes. Well, so hold on. My throat's getting me a little bit. And I got about 10 minutes. So let's see here. Yeah. So what I did is I bought a one-way ticket, but you want to do, oh shoot, I can't remember the forward ticket. Check out Jennifer Terry, her YouTube channel. She talks a lot about this, but you can do like a forward ticket. It costs you like $10, and it's kind of a legitimate ticket that you just show. But you do have to show. You can't have a one-way ticket. You got to have a return. But there's ways to kind of finagle that, so you're not spending hundreds of dollars, right? Could you get a telecommute of work online U.S. money from the Philippines? I mean, that is the way to do it. If you can live here, right? Doctors and lawyers make $3,000 a month. If you can live here making 6 figures or 80 grand a year, a U.S. salary, dude, that's smart. Now, you have to be careful with the tourist visa, right? So, something to look at. But there are, that whole digital nomad thing. It's very real. A lot of people do it. There's a lot of guys. I see them here. They're IT guys. I know what they look like. Especially the database guys, man. You can spot a database guy from anywhere. It's kind of funny. Anyways, hello, Sir Chris. Is this your first time doing YouTube? It's my second. So thanks for your patience. Coming along. Yeah, man. I hope you come back. Yeah, I hope you come back. It's incredible here. Yeah, 2 to 3K US, living large there. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great. I think a lot of people say that's the sweet spot to be in. Just gives you that freedom to do, you're covered. You can afford medical, maybe even a car. It's can you live on less? Yeah, I know guys who do live on a lot less, but is that the lifestyle you really want to be in a foreign country where you really don't know anybody? Probably not, right? Probably not. You mentioned that you don't drink. Is that for religious or other? It's for health reasons. And also, too, I was just one of those guys that was not a good drinker, dude. I'll be honest with you. Man, I look back at my drinking and my history around alcohol. Just nothing good came from it. And as I talked before, too, I have a tendency to really kind of dive into things and go after them. And that's not good in the context of alcohol. I don't do things halfway. So, yeah, man, I quit drinking back, 2015? And that is by far the best decision I did for myself, without a question. Second best decision is coming here. First one is no longer drinking alcohol. And look, I want to be very clear about this too. I don't judge people who drink. For me, it just didn't work. For people, there's a lot of people who can drink. There's also a lot of people who can't drink and maybe want to consider quitting drinking. But there's also a lot of people who can. And for me, it was a personal decision. So anyways, yes. My sister told me yesterday that the federal U.S. poverty guideline is now over 20,000 a year, and that you're actually under the pro. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would like to make, if I can make 20 grand here, it'd be great, right? It'd be set. It'd be good. Yeah, and I think the poverty line is actually above that, but I thought it was in the 30s. I haven't looked at it. Yeah, I don't like, you don't have to. There's no need here. Just go out and smile. Walk out your door, paint a big smile on your face, and you'll be good, no matter where you're at. Yeah, cool. That's why I'm here. See your perspective on being free there. Yeah, it's hard to find such info without hearing from actual expats. So thanks. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of the purpose of this. One of the purposes of this channel is to really build this community where people can exchange information and talk about what it's like to be here. So, man, absolutely. How's the Phils change your life? Wow. Yeah. It's still early on in that, but, there's something about financial freedom that fun is the big factor of this, not, I mean, I've worked, gosh, 50, 60 hours a week, right? And then now I just have time to do what I want in my life. So I think that's a big factor, no matter where I was at. Just having that ability to focus on my health, my fitness, that's huge. But just being around a friendly culture of people, and then just the interaction with women, having that flirting. I mean, that flirting behavior again. I feel like I'm 20. Which, that's, yeah, so it's great. I recommend it. For anybody. For anybody, regardless of race or gender, I do recommend it. But if you are a single male, I mean, it's amazing, especially if you're a lonely single male. I mean, I was that. I mean, I was divorced for 3 years, no really dating, in the middle of the pandemic, right? So a lot of it was just that crisis. And dating's bad for both men and women in the United States. I get that. It's just it's part of the culture there. I think it's a real struggle. But yeah, good stuff. Yep, Florida. The rest of the states are getting expensive. Yeah, 1 bedroom, 600 square feet apartment for 4 years. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I think my bedroom. I had a 1 bedroom place in Denver, and it was 2,000 a month. Yeah, just so expensive. Yeah, and I don't spend 2,000 a month here for all my bills, for everything. Oh man, wow! Thank you so much for joining. I'm sure you're gone now. Maybe not. It's only been a couple minutes, but really, thank you so much for being here. That's late there. Cleveland, Ohio. Yes. Throwaway ticket. Yeah, you get a throwaway ticket. That's the way to do that. Their onward ticket, I think, is what it's called. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Have a Starbucks on me, dude. Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. So cool. Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Oh, and two, I missed that there's a gentleman who donated right at the end. I think I caught you in a comment on another video, but really just thanks. I really do appreciate that. Good stuff. Nice. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. For me, right? For me, it was. Um, yeah. Seem trustworthy. If I super stick you, give it away to some nice person on a video. I don't. You got to be careful donating money here. No, I've done it. I've done a lot of it. There was this family I remember sitting on the street, this young woman and some kids, and I had 1,000 pesos and then I wrapped a 50 around it. So I gave her just over 1,000 pesos, which is what, I think $20 or $10 or something. Not a lot of money, but I was trying to be discreet about $20. I was trying to be discreet about that. And as soon as I gave that person money, even by wrapping just the 50 around the 1,000, boom, I had like 5 people around me. So you gotta be careful when you donate. So yeah. Anyways, so I don't know if I can do that. And the kids too. You got to be careful. What's better to do with the kids is to
This is a reminder. End the live.
Oh, my reminder says end the live. We'll go another minute.
This is a reminder.
But what you could do,
End the live.
what you can do with kids is actually go into the nearby store and buy them food. I think that's a better way to do that. I was never a successful drinker. Yep, with exception of one night out in Cebu back in January. Been drunk. I haven't been drunk. Yeah. Yep. I hear you, man. Yeah. No, thanks, Ben. Yep. Yeah. No, I really appreciate it. It's so cool seeing folks here. And yeah, it's really growing. There's a lot of people here, a lot of interest in the Philippines, a lot of interest in life out here. So I'm, feel very fortunate and lucky to be out here kind of doing this. And, I'm excited about it. I also feel too, like I've got a new guy perspective, which, I've been here 4 months now. And so there's some things that I'm definitely lacking in that, but I also feel like that new guy experience is helpful for a lot of people. So, this is all shiny new car for me. In my honeymoon phase. Can you get raw A2 cow's milk in your area unpasteurized? I don't know. I'm not a big milk guy. Like I said, I actually just do powdered milk, which is fine. But dairy in general is pretty hard here. Pretty hard. I have a question. What if an empowered woman comes up? I have a question. What if empowered women from the U.S. comes here? What do you think is going to happen? I don't think it's going to impact the culture here. I really don't. And that goes for any kind of whatever, right? Any kind of race, gender, or any whatever, right? There's a Filipino culture here. I think for us Westerners to sway that in any major direction, I don't really necessarily see that happening. I don't. This is the last time you'll be a rock star. Yeah. Although I had fun last night, Although I had fun last night, I don't miss drinking. I remember walking down Boulevard and Dumaguete, seeing the expats sitting in bars drinking. I said, no, yeah, man, gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, man. You imagine you come here to the Philippines and what you do is belly up to a bar 6 hours a day. Oof, man. Yeah. Need to be careful with, yeah. Yep. Yeah, don't end the kind, food and clothes. Yeah, sure. It's good. Raining in Hong Kong. Yes, there's a low pressure kind of out and about. So we got some stuff here too. Don't give away money. Yes, exactly. I think that's been what I've noticed too. Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, dude. Come shoot me an email for sure. With when you're coming out, can help you out. But okay, cool. I even got through the comments. Well, I gotta run up. I got a gentleman I'm meeting in 10 minutes, and we're gonna head up the mountain. And I'm hoping to do some filming up there. I'm gonna bring actually my camera to do some still shots too. I want to take a lot more still photography. So, man, I appreciate everyone watching. If anyone's a fan of Kelvin, I did see that he's actually going to be doing a live here, I think in like 10 or 15 minutes. So if you like Calvin Sunshine Shoulders, he's going to be doing a live here too. So, and what a great guy he is, man. Holy mackerel. I've had the opportunity to meet him twice now. And, anyways, so yes, thank you so much. Really appreciate everyone being here. Take care. Emping.